Well, Robert, you've had about a month to adjust from Paulo Costa to now Kelvin Gastelum. You really can't get much different in terms of fighters in every way that they could be different. But how did preparing for Kelvin the first time help you out with this fight?
Yeah, certainly that I've camped for Kelvin before, added to the adjustments that needed to happen. And I've been fortunate enough to fight another southpaw in the last year or so. So I'm quite familiar with the southpaw, the styles and whatnot.
I've heard you say a lot this week that you're a much more complete fighter now than you were back then. And when you think about the fighter that you were 2 years ago, thinking about facing Kelvin, and the fighter that you are today, what's the biggest difference?
Yeah, I'm a different beast right now. You know, the mental game is the best it's ever been, which has only added to my physical game, my skill set, and honestly how I approach the fights and the fight week. So I look forward to getting in there and just going wherever I want.
Do you think of Kelvin in much the same respect that you did 2 years ago, or has watching some of the fights that he's had since then given you a new perspective on his game?
No, I guess I definitely look at him as still the weapon he is. He's a dangerous guy, and if you underestimate him, he'll take it away from you. But in saying that, I'm a different beast as well. You know, I'm pretty good at what I do, and I'm going to get in there, give him the respect he deserves, and take it to him.
Both of you like to throw hands, but you're strikers who can do it all, right? You're both extremely well-rounded. We saw a really wrestling-heavy approach from him in his previous fight. Is that kind of what you're anticipating from him?
You know, I hope so, because I think that's where he'll have his best success. In saying that, though, he's good and savvy with his hands as well. I don't think he'll wrestle as much, although you'd think so, considering his last fight and the way he's performed lately. But my wrestling defense is quite up there, so it is very hard to see where he'll take this fight.
Does a win over Kelvin get you that title shot?
It's hard to say. It's my timeline and calendar only goes up until tomorrow because he's too dangerous. And all I do know is, though, if I beat him, the doors open everywhere. And I'm going to give it everything I have.
I appreciate you, Rob. Thank you so much, and best of luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Guys, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Laura. Listen, Alan, they were supposed to fight at 234 after they coached The Ultimate Fighter. It didn't happen. Could we maybe actually be getting a better fight now, though?
I don't see why not. I mean, why would it not? 2 years of time that these guys have had to go and evolve and sharpen their tool set. And then, the biggest takeaway I saw from that is, first of all, he said, I'm used to fighting southpaws. In the last couple of fights, Robert Whittaker has fought Jared Cannonier and Darren Till, both southpaws. Now he's fighting another southpaw. When you've been training for southpaws and fighting southpaws for months and months and months, it makes it seamless going into another fight against another southpaw. So he's got that backup. But also the biggest thing is he's had time to take some time off. As a champion, he couldn't breathe. He was fighting 5-round fights all the time. It was a bit too much. He was able to say, I'm going to take a step back right now. I'm going to relax. I'm going to see some time with my family. And he's enjoying fighting again. And it makes such a big difference, Mike, when you're going and fighting all the time, being happy what you're doing.
100%. And I think that the fire has risen within Robert Whittaker, where he's got the motivation. But the one thing that stands out very much to me is he's not looking ahead at the champion. A lot of us, and I'm guilty of it, we get into the top of the rankings and we start looking too far ahead. And Robert Whittaker, he's been in the top position. He knows what it's like to be a champion. But I think it's important for him, for his motivation, for his sanity, and what keeps him sound between the ears is to just take it fight by fight. You can't overlook a guy like Kelvin Gastelum.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.